This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Hello, and welcome back to The Gist. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. We're your smart friends on the go, cutting through the noise to look at the incentives driving the day's headlines.
Today, we're looking at the physical reality of our digital world. Let's dive in.
Let's start with the cloud. We think of it as ethereal, right? Data floating in the sky. But it's actually a massive, power-hungry industrial factory. And there's a new friction point appearing in cities across the United States.
Exactly. We're seeing more communities blocking data centers because they strain the local power grid. And here's where it gets interesting, and a bit concerning from a power analysis perspective. Leaked documents suggest the FBI is creating a new category: anti-tech, violent extremism.
So, if you're a local resident complaining at a town hall about a new data center blocking your view or draining your power, you might end up in a federal database.
Right. Who benefits here? The tech giants who need these physical hubs built fast. By securitizing local zoning disputes, the state is essentially bypassing local democratic pushback. They're turning a neighborhood argument into a national security issue.
It's a classic move to prioritize resource flow, in this case, electricity and artificial intelligence infrastructure over local governance. If resistance is branded as extremism, it removes the ability of cities to say no. It's clear. Artificial intelligence isn't just about code anymore. It's about who controls the utility grid. The global overview.
Moving to France, we have an interesting clash of values. You've got Pierre-Edouard Steurin, the founder of Smartbox. He's worth over €1 billion, and he's publicly fighting local inheritance laws that mandate wealth passed to children.
He wants to give it to charity instead. It's a perfect example of a friction point. You have an old-world system designed for family stability, bumping against a new-world demand for fluid capital. Wealthy actors like Steurin want to move money quickly. Laws designed to keep it locked in families are now seen as inefficiencies.
Speaking of new infrastructure, let's go to the Dominican Republic. They're planning a commercial spaceport. Think of spaceports as the new transcontinental railways. They're using aerospace infrastructure to force economic development.
Right. They're trading space access for foreign investment. It's a play to pull labor out of tourism and into high-tech logistics. They're essentially saying, we'll provide the launch pad if you build the utility grid around it.
And back in the States, President Trump is turning up the pressure on the central bank, demanding rate cuts. Even in our digital, globalized world, traditional monetary levers, like setting interest rates, remain the ultimate battleground for political leverage. It's a reminder that control of the money supply is still the most powerful card on the table. The European Union perspective.
Over in Berlin, there's a local win for the right to the city. A court halted a plan to fence off Görlitzer Park.
It's a great example of the limits of exclusionary architecture. When cities try to fix social problems by simply building walls, they hit a wall of public pushback. The incentive here is forcing municipalities to actually invest in social integration rather than just containment.
But that digital infrastructure we mentioned earlier, that's hitting physical resistance in Europe too. We're seeing actual kinetic attacks on artificial intelligence infrastructure. The security premium for tech companies, the cost of protecting their physical assets, is skyrocketing.
And Germany's federal leadership is struggling. Officials are openly calling the current administration the world champion in announcing. They have great policy ideas on paper, but the execution is missing. When the gap between rhetoric and results gets too wide, you lose institutional credibility.
Finally, a quick note on the map. Kosovo is heading to the polls today, amidst voter fatigue. Meanwhile, in Italy, engineering is getting creative. They're building a bridge in Trieste that actually adjusts to tidal rhythms. It's a smart way to work with environmental constraints instead of fighting them.
So, what's the temperature today? It's a day of physical friction, whether it's fences in Berlin, spaceports in the DR, or FBI databases for zoning disputes. The digital and global shift is hitting the real physical world hard.
The common thread is that old school rules and local resistance are clashing with the massive, fast-moving infrastructure of the future. It's messy, but it's real.
We'll be watching. Thanks for listening to The Gist. If you value news independent of corporate interests, consider supporting our work. We'll be back tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.